UFC 279 predictions, Chimaev versus Diaz. Full card betting breakdown. This is going to be a very good video. One of the first times we will be doing a betting breakdown, but not a lot of the odds are out just yet, so we might have to update it in a few days. But as of right now, we're going to start from the bottom and go all the way to the top. The first one here in the welterweight division is Yohan Lainesse and Darian Weeks. I do have Yohan Lainesse winning this one. I think he's going to be the taller, lengthier guy. He's going to hit a little bit harder. I think he wins round 1 due to the landing the bigger shots, wins round 2 to landing the bigger shots. Then he's going to start to gas out a little bit, kind of like he did with Gabe Green. And I think he loses round number 3. And Darian Weeks is going to be trying to come back. It'll be a very close 29-28 decision. I really do think it's going to come down to round number 2. But as of right now, it's a very close fight. Minus 119 for Darian Weeks. That's the best odds you're going to get for Darian Weeks right there. He was the underdog to start the betting odds at plus 130. Yohan Lainesse, the best you're going to get him, is going to be at plus 116. So it's a pretty 50-50 one. Yohan Lainesse was the favorite at start, and now he is the underdog. Odds to go to a decision are over 2.5 rounds, plus 120 on the over. So they are expecting a finish in this fight with Darian Weeks and Yohan Lainesse. Personally, I expect this one to be a decision. I know Yohan Lainesse goes out there. He gets a lot of knockout wins in his career. 6 knockout wins and 2 decision wins inside of the UFC. But if he's going to win this fight, I doubt he's going to knock out Darian Weeks. Darian Weeks did not get knocked out by Ian Machado Gary, by Bryan Barberena. Even in his amateur career, did lose one fight way back in 2018 by doctor stoppage. Other than that, all decision losses. So most likely, I do see the fight going all the way. So the only bet I would recommend so far for Darian Weeks, Yohan Lainesse, if you can get that good, juicy plus money on Yohan Lainesse. If I'm predicting an underdog to win, you already know we're going to be betting that underdog to win. And then Yohan Lainesse over 2.5 rounds. I think that definitely has value. I think the over should be minus 110, minus 110. My prediction is decision. Darian has not been finished as a pro against guys like Bryan Barberena and Ian Machado Gary. So I really don't think that Yohan Lainesse is going to go out there and get the finish. So over 120, I would say, is a pretty good line. So plus 120 on the over, plus 114 on Yohan Lainesse. Little sprinkles there. Those are the best bets for Yohan Lainesse and Darian Weeks in the welterweight division. And we got the strawweights, if I can press on them, Elise Reed and Melissa Martinez. Again, my prediction is going to be Melissa Martinez to win this fight by a decision, but you want to be a little bit weary about going out there and just immediately putting this over 2.5 rounds in your parlays. Minus 275 for the over 2.5 rounds. It's a little iffy in my opinion. It's a little bit iffy in my opinion. Now, I know Elise Reed is not the type of girl to go out there and get too many finishes of her own. That's true. She got a decision win on Corey McKenna, decision, and then 1 knockout win over a 0-0 fighter, and then an elbow knockout win right there. So she's not really a girl that goes out there every single fight looking for the knockout. She's usually just trying to out-edge a very close decision. But Melissa Martinez, on the other hand, 7 wins and 0 losses. Out of her 7 wins, 5 of them are going to be by knockout. She's got 2 head kick knockout wins inside of her combate career, and 1 body kick knockout, 2 KO wins to start her career. I mean, there's a very good shot she could go out there and get a TKO win here. She's got very good power in her hands, really good kicks, very good knees, and not to mention the fact that Elise Reed is coming off a knockout loss to Sam Hughes right there, and another TKO loss to Sijara Eubanks. All I'm gonna say here is, do not do this freaking over 2.5 in a parlay. You're going to completely regret it. Even if it cashes, it's still not a good bet. It's not a good bet at all. And minus 150 plus 130, I don't want to do really much with that. So that's about it. Just do not freaking do that over 2.5 right there. Don't do it. Don't even look at it. Move on to a different fight. After that one, we got Anheliger versus Alateng. Heili. Chad Anheliger, Heili Alateng, however you say this one. I am leaning Heili Alateng to win. I think he hits a little bit harder. I think he throws and lands a little bit more volume. He's going to put on the pressure. And I think he defends Chad Anheliger's takedowns. Out of his wins, he's got 5 knockouts, 3 submissions, and 7 decisions. So, yeah, most of his wins are coming by decision. For Chad Anheliger, if you look at how he's getting his wins, 7 of them are by knockout, 3 of them are by submission, and 2 of them are by a decision. But I can't see him knocking out a guy like Heili Alateng. Heili Alateng didn't get knocked out by Casey Kenny in their fight. He did get knocked out by Kaya Sakura, but it was a very fluke KO loss in that one as well. And he hasn't been knocked out for a lot of his time in his career. So, personally, I think Chad Anheliger, he's not going to get knocked out. He's one of those guys, he's going to tough it out and just not get knocked out. He's been submitted in all of his professional MMA losses. I highly doubt Chad Anheliger is going to go out there and lose the fight by knockout. But Heili Alateng, like I said, he's been knocked out before, which does worry me just a little bit. Odds to go over 2.5 right there are minus 175. I'd say it's right where it should be. I mean, it should be minus money because, yeah, most likely 2 bantamweights that do have some power, but that are very tough, that don't get knocked out usually in their professional MMA fights, should go to a decision. Would I bet it? No. And would I bet the money lines right here? Probably not. I mean, I think it's a pretty close fight. I wouldn't really do anything with that one. Then we got... Oh yeah, Norma Dumont and Danyelle Wolf in the featherweight division. Prediction, Norma Dumont in round number 3 or by a unanimous decision. So I do see the fact that there could be a finish here being a very live possibility. So minus 225 is iffy for me, especially because money just keeps on coming in on that over 2.5, which is very, very interesting. So I'm going to say it right now. This fight with Danyelle Wolf and Norma Dumont, the only real bet, because you really want to put minus 375 Norma Dumont into a parlay when you missed minus 275 a few days ago? Probably not. You don't want to parlay that. It's women's MMA. Danyelle Wolf might edge out a decision. You never know. You never know. It's women's MMA. But the only bet to really make here, because the money line's shot, I don't want to do a dog bet on Danyelle Wolf. Only real thing to do is an under if the odds get a little bit better. Right now, plus 185, not really juicy enough. But again, money is coming in on that over 2.5. So if it keeps on coming in, and this over is like minus 300 or something crazy, I might consider doing an under on this fight with Norma Dumont and Danyelle Wolf. But as of right now, it's a no bet for anything on that fight. Then we got the heavyweights, Chris Barnett and Jake Collier. Prediction is Jake Collier. I don't know. He could be a parlay piece. It's just how risky and how much money are you going to be putting on that parlay piece? Because again, Chris Barnett's Chris Barnett. He's Beast Boy. He could go out there and get some crazy KO. It's Chris Barnett. You never know with this type of guy. So first thing I would say is, yeah, you could parlay Jake Collier. He is one of my confident picks. But you never know with Chris Barnett. If you don't want to be risky, don't parlay Jake. If you want something to add on to your parlay and you feel good that Chris isn't going to land another spinning back wheel kick, whatever he was landing in his fight with John Vellante, then yeah, you can parlay Jake Collier in this fight. But you're going to have to get him as soon as you can because the odds are going down. Started at minus 300, went all the way to minus 400, went back up to 350, and is now at minus 425. Some odds you can get him in still the minus 300 range, but again, if you're going to parlay him, you got to do it now. For the under-over as of right now, it's a clear under. It's a clear under in my opinion. And they actually updated it as we were filming this video. Look at the odds now. Now it's minus 115, minus 115. So I was about to tell you, let's do that plus money on the under 2.5, but the bookie's doing exactly what I would have done and switching the odds a little bit there. But under 2.5 right there at minus 115 right there still has value in my opinion. I don't think Chris Barnett usually does not go to a decision. Yes, the Martin Madej was a decision, but it was a weird one. It got stopped in like round number 2 there. Got submitted by Ben Rothwell, got a knockout in round number 2, knockout in round number 1. One decision right there that he won. Got a knockout win, got a decision, knockout win, second round knockout win, got knocked out in round 1, got knocked out in round 2, got knocked out in round 1 right there. So it's a lot of things right here that I'm like, why in the world is it 50-50 for the over-under when usually Chris Barnett fights, if I do the math on all of these fights that he has inside of the UFC, outside of the UFC, whatever the case may be, I guarantee you most of them are going to be under 2.5 rounds. I mean, easily all of these fights are under. We have one that's not under, one that is under, a few that aren't under, but most of these, even the losses, even the wins, most of these fights, the under is going to be hitting. So minus 115, that's got value. I might actually put some money on that. What is it? Julian, Erosa, Hakeem, Dawodu is going to be the next one. Let's switch to that. They move it around. They probably did. We got to do Jamie Pickett, Denis, Tiuliulin first. So for the money line on this one, minus 130. No, this is two low-level fighters in the middleweight division. Neither guy I'm going to be too confident in. Over 2.5 rounds, under 2.5 rounds. You don't want to do anything with that. You would either want to do once the odds do come out, a Denis Tiuliulin knockout prop, a Denis Tiuliulin, I don't know, TKO win round 1, round 2 prop, or a Jamie Pickett decision. If Jamie's going to win the fight, it'll be a decision. Got a decision on Joseph Holmes, got a decision on Lainesse Sterapoli. But again, you don't want to do minus 145 on the over if you can just wait for Jamie Pickett. Decision odds to come out. So nothing just yet for that fight. We'll just pass for right now. Jailton, Almeida, Anton, Turkalj. You're not going to get much just yet because there's only the over 1.5, under 1.5, but I'm going to be dead serious. Under 1.5 has value even at minus 155, but there's probably going to be props out there for Jailton Almeida in round number 1 or round number 2. That's probably going to give you better odds than minus 155, so I'd probably wait for that. But again, I think the under does have a value there. And then Jailton Almeida, he's my number 1 most confident pick of the card. That's parlay piece right there. That's parlay piece material at minus 660. Who do we got next? Hakeem Dawodu, Julian Erosa. I do have Hakeem Dawodu winning that one by a decision. Those odds aren't out yet. All we have is the over being minus 185. Started at minus 145. That was value. That was great value. They saw it was value and they immediately bet it to minus 185. Now, no, we're not doing nothing with minus 185. Minus 205 for Hakeem is interesting because I do see a lot of my predictions on my videos saying that Julian Erosa is going to win. A lot of people saying Julian Erosa is going to win this fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if we can get better odds for Hakeem Dawodu in the next few days. So I would say wait on this one for maybe a Hakeem Dawodu decision prop or to see if all the Julian Erosa fanboys are going to make this under minus 200. So as of right now, the odds that we have, nothing really sparks my interest. Johnny Walker, Yohan, Cutelaba. All we got is the over-under 1.5 rounds. So that doesn't spark my interest too much. No, nothing there. And then the money line, underdog or pass. That's it. Plus 190 on Johnny Walker. Kind of insane in my opinion. It should be a lot closer in my humble opinion. We should have Yohan Cutelaba like minus 130, minus 140, somewhere around that range. The prop, no, we don't want anything to do with that just yet. But the money line, dog or pass. What's the next one? We got Irene Aldana and Macy Chasson. This one, dog or pass. If you watch my prediction, the link, I don't think the link will be down below, but if you go to my channel, the main video that'll pop up is going to be my full card prediction. Go on to Macy Chasson, Irene Aldana. I told y'all, this is the closest fight on the card. My least confident pick of the card is Irene Aldana. So obviously, it's underdog or pass. That's it. Plus 150 underdog pick on Macy Chasson or pass, minus 195. Maybe a parlay piece, but again, Irene Aldana just got a nice TKO win in her last fight on Yana Kunitskaya. Got a TKO win on Ketlen Vieira. So she's got the possibility of getting the knockout. So that could be a risky parlay piece. But underdog or pass for that one. What do we got next? I did not mean to go to the Instagram. There we go. Kevin Holland, D-Rod. Prediction, Kevin Holland by a decision, but I don't think I like too much of the betting stuff. I mean, the money line, I don't want to do an underdog bet here, but that's really all you can do. I do not advise you guys parlay Kevin Holland money line, Kevin Holland right there, or anything like that, but and D-Rod plus 170, it's just not enough for me to go out there and put some money. Maybe if he got to the plus 200 range, I might put a little bit of money on Daniel Rodriguez, but right now, nah. Over 2.5 rounds, it was plus Buddy for a while there, so how long was it that? It was that for 5 hours, wow. I'm surprised I didn't take a stab on that one. I actually like that line. I just did not see it. But now it's at minus 110. I assume it's probably going to be around that minus 110. Don't do anything with it. I think the over will hit. And it's minus 110. The decision prop's probably going to be plus money. Just wait for the decision prop on that one. What's the next one? Oh, it's Li Jingliang, Tony Ferguson. I do have Jingliang Li Jingliang. However you want to say it, winning by a decision. But do I want to parlay Li? I mean, he's a confident pick of mine. I am confident on Li Jingliang to win. But am I that confident to have him at like minus 300 odds? Probably not. He started at, what was he, at minus 240, which I would actually say made sense. Minus 240 seemed like the correct line. Now it's being blown out of proportion, in my opinion. Over is plus 105. I think that's good, but I would rather just do a decision prop. We're not going to see a crazy round 3 finish from Tony, but it's possible. But yeah, only thing out of the odds right here for Ferguson versus Jing Liang, just the over. Plus 105, which is, I don't know if the odds going to be better, though. Like, in the next few days, I don't know if more people are going to be putting money on the under here to blow that up a little bit and get even better plus money on over 2.5 rounds. But I still think plus 105 has value on that one. And then for the last one, Hamza Chimaev, Nate Diaz. I don't know why it's down here, but it is. Yeah, minus 975, minus 1,000, minus 1,000. All of these ones are parlayable. You might roast me down in the comment section. No, Nate Diaz has a good chance of winning. Nah, Hamza Chimaev is a parlay piece on anything under minus 1,200. No, I'm not going to do minus 1,600. That's where I draw my limits. Prop-wise, we are getting a few good props out here. Chimaev by TKO, minus 150 is kind of crazy. Plus 115 for the, what is that? For the TKO right there, which is interesting. Plus 260 for the submission. I can totally see him getting the submission. So yeah, if you're on Bet Online, that submission prop has value. Plus 260. That's got some value. The TKO prop has some value as well. I think, I mean, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I think if you just kind of add them together, you could get pretty good odds. I don't know, but I kind of think Chimaev is going to get a submission here. I don't know if he's going to TKO Nate Diaz. I think he'll just go for the submission. So 260's got some, that's got some value, to be quite honest with you. Chimaev scorecards, no action is literally the same thing as freaking betting Chimaev money line. So why would you do that? Chimaev wins by decision. No, it's not going to a decision, guys. So, those are the betting breakdown. The predictions, we did those as well for UFC 279. Put your bets, put your predictions down below in the comment section. If this video gets 100 likes by Friday, before the weigh-ins do occur, I will be giving one of you guys that comments your favorite bets, your favorite parlay, your favorite prop, your favorite money line, just whatever comment you put down there. One of you guys that comments your favorite bet for UFC 279, and this video gets to 100 likes by Friday, and you are subscribed to this channel, I will be giving one of you guys that comments all of my best parlays, my best prop bets, and my money line bets for UFC 279. Check the link down below in the description for all of my bets. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.